My daughter said I was old, slow, and embarrassing. Not to my face, no. She waited until her friends were laughing. That's when she said it, loud enough for everyone but me. Before I begin, tell me something. Where are you listening from, and what time is it there? I ask because sometimes the only thing that reminds an old woman that she still matters and is not alone in this is knowing someone, somewhere, is still listening. In our culture, there's a saying, the child who forgets the knee that fed them will one day chew hunger with pride. But you see, some children don't wait to grow into regret. They deliver it early, sharp and fresh like morning rain on bare skin. My name is Beatrice. Gray-haired, yes, soft-spoken sometimes. But don't mistake that for silence. I raised my daughter, Sarah, with hands that knew soap and sorrow. I scrubbed floors, cooked for families who barely remembered my name, all so she could rise. Ah, but people rise so fast, they forget who mixed the cement. Sarah used to cry when I left for work. She used to hide in my wrapper during thunderstorms. Now, she hides me, in plain sight. I remember the day clearly. Her housewarming, big shiny apartment in Kampala, white walls, glass tables, smell of success mixed with something bitter. She invited me, but half-heartedly. Just dress simple, Mama. Don't wear anything bright. As if the color was the problem, not her shame. Even the invitation card didn't carry my name. Guest, 1. No plus 1. I wasn't Mama anymore, just a number. I cooked samosas with the last money I had, borrowed transport fare, and wore my cleanest gomezi, pale green, ironed twice. Her friends were already there. Perfume, accents, polished nails that never carried firewood. One of them looked at me and asked, "Is that your mom?" Sarah laughed, a sharp, empty laugh. "Yes, that's her. She's just here for decoration. Old people like attention, you know." They laughed.
Another tasted the samosas. Did she fry this with kerosene? Sarah didn't defend me. She joined them. Mama still thinks it's 1985, she joked. And before the guests arrived, she'd already whispered, "Please don't talk too much. Just greet and sit." As if my voice was too dusty to be heard around clean people. But that wasn't the worst. Later, a woman complimented the food. "Who made it?" she asked. And Sarah, looking straight at me, said, "Our house help. She came from the village to help with cooking." The room roared. I sat there, the same hands that once wiped her fever now reduced to a helper with no name.
There's another proverb we say, even a pot that cooked for kings can be kicked when it's cold. But I wasn't cold. I was boiling inside. I didn't shout, didn't throw the tray. I just stood, left, got on a border with my empty hands and full chest. The driver didn't say a word, but in the mirror, I saw him watching. He had a mother too. That night, I lit my stove, took out the certificate I earned at 39 when I finally learned to read, held it in my lap. I didn't cry because, the tears of a lioness fall only when no cubs are watching. I didn't cry, but I did start writing. Not a letter, not a curse, a speech. You see, Sarah was planning a launch, new fashion line, big venue, cameras, politicians' wives, and guess who she asked to open in prayer? Me. Not from love, from convenience. An old woman's prayer is soft, safe. She thought I'd mumble something about God and sit down. Ah, she forgot who raised her. When silence grows teeth, even the lion pauses. The day came. I wore my loudest gomezi, bright red and gold, the color of war and royalty, tied my scarf high, held my walking stick like a staff. At the door, Sarah frowned. "Mama, not that outfit," I smiled. "Today, I'm not here to decorate your background."
When they gave me the microphone, I didn't close my eyes. I looked around that polished room. Then I spoke. "Before I pray, let me greet you. I am Beatrice. I raised this girl, Sarah, with firewood on my back and tears in my porridge. I sold bananas for her books, skipped painkillers to pay her hostel rent, and sold my land I inherited from my parents for her to start up this business she is launching today. But last week, she introduced me as decoration, as house help, as someone who was simply there, like a chair in the corner.
I may be old, I may be slow, but useless, never am not. I am the reason this brand stands. I am the wall she leans on, and I will not be erased. Then I prayed for her business to thrive, and for blessings to everyone there. A deep-rooted prayer, and sat down. At first, nobody clapped, just silence. You know that kind of silence that feels like thunder with no rain? That one. Then someone in the back said, "She said all that? To her own mother?" By the time I left the room, Sarah couldn't even look me in the eye. Her friend who made the kerosene joke quietly slid her plate aside. The camera people, they turned their lenses from her designs to me. That night, her launch made the news, but not for the clothes. The headline read, "Ugandan Mother Speaks Truth at Daughter's Fashion Event." Sponsors pulled out quietly. One said, "If she can't respect her roots, how will she represent us?" Another moved closer and said to her, "Seek forgiveness from your mother and do right by her. Only after that can we rethink your contract with us." And her phone, full of unread messages, none of them congratulations. That's the thing about shame. When it's been hidden too long, it shows up wearing your best dress. By the next day, the video had gone everywhere. They called me the Mother of Fire. Women from all over sent messages. "You spoke what my mother was too tired to say. You reminded me to call home today." Even Sarah's mentor shared the video and wrote, "Behind every strong daughter is a mother she forgot too soon." Sarah came to see me. She cried, knelt, begged, tried to hug me. I looked at her and remembered. The same mouth that kisses can bite, the same hands that fed can close the door. I forgave her, but I didn't forget. Now, I don't go to her parties. I wear whatever gomezi I want because when you try to hide the sun with your palm, it is your shadow that disappears, not the sun. I sit on my veranda now. People wave. They call me Mama Fire, but I'm not fire. I am flint, and when you strike me wrong, I spark the truth. So from now on, if someone forgets who you are, if they try to shrink you down to silence, don't shout, don't curse, don't beg, just speak. The world will listen. Speak with the power of your truth. Together, we will spark a fire that cannot be ignored. And the world will not just listen. It will burn with change. And as the saying goes, the axe forgets, but the tree remembers. Never let them forget who you are.